What I've got here is a piece of willow with a whole bunch of suckers or little buds coming up through the tree itself. And where you see all these little round circles, that's where actually a branch was growing up through. And it left red spots throughout the whole thing. And look at the typography on the top of it. It's just going to be a fun piece to actually put on the lathe and find out. I'm going to do a live edge. It's going to be fun. Alrighty, I'm going to quick sand up the exterior of this and we'll get back to it. We'll flip it around and we'll do the interior. But I'm going to clear this out and try and get it down to probably about a 1/4 inch thickness. I'm going to use my parting tool just to give myself a straight line going in. Alright, I've got my outside bowl rim set, which I'm actually very happy with. And now I'm going to clear out some of this inside. A lot of times I will actually take that out as a center saver because that's big enough. But this time I'm just going to clear it out of there. Alright, I got my outside edge and now I'm just hogging out the center here. There's a whole bunch of little branches or whatever sticking out from the bottom, but they had hollows in them. So I filled them with epoxy. This is JB Weld, Clear Weld. It's a 5-minute setup, but you got to wait 24 hours before you clean it back off again. I also added a reddish, let's put it that way, with a little bit of sparkle in it to this, because I do believe it's going to have a little bit of a red tinge into it once I get done putting tung oil on this. But I cleaned that up pretty good. I'm going to go outside a little bit further. I'll take sandpaper up the side because I know this is going to get a little out of warp here. Got it all sanded back up, and actually the red worked out quite well. I think it blends with the bottom very nicely. Now I'm just hoping that when I put my vacuum chuck on, she's not going to be sucking air through those. This bowl is extremely light. This is where it's always to your advantage to leave your center point on, because when you're coming back to put it on the vacuum chuck, all I got to do is put it on my center point, bring it up, and she's dead nuts. All right, we're just going to clear this off and put a little bit of a concave on the backside. This is not thick. This bowl is one of the lightest bowls I've ever made. It's the wood. It is just absolutely like air. Put a finish on here and see what it looks like. Just doing the outside of the live edge here, just putting it straight on. Get it covered. And then put 2 coats on everything here. Now you can get an idea of what the inside is going to look like after I put the tung oil on it. And I'm going to flip it over to show you before. So you can see where it's actually bleeding right straight through the bottom. I'm just going to let that sit.